Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. A yau daga tashar Musa Tech muna da babban bako wanda za mu tattauna akan social problems. Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Tasiu Adamu.
Okay. Welcome Tasiu Adamu. A yau muna so mu tattauna akan social problems. Social problems are the problem affecting a society in general or affecting the world. Bi ma'ana wasu illoli da suke damun al'umma su ne suke damun duniya ko kuma society, muhallin jama'a. Za mu ji daga bakin babban bakonmu.
As what Ahmad said concerning social problem yana nufin kenan matsala da take damun al'umma. That means social problem is a social illness which always affects the society in general.
Yes.
And this social problem, the society is said to be like a human body, which made up of different parts. The economic institutions, religious institutions, social, political, and whatever. These institutions are said to working together to stabilize the society. And whenever one of these institutions gets weak, the possibility of affecting another is 100%. That's why we need to have functional society, a society that is functioning well.
Yes.
Okay, as you see, that's why we are here to talk on social problem, because we are in the society where we live, where all what we are in needed is here in the society. And if the society is good, or yes, is good, definitely the life will be good.
Yes.
That's why we focus on it. And there are different things that affect the society. If you can permit me, I can even mention some of them.
No problem.
From there, we are going to choose one among them to talk.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, we have, as a problem, we have poverty, we have unemployment, we have corruptions, and what have you. But what I know is, as I have said earlier, one social problem might affect another, which gives problem to the society. Let's just take poverty as a one factor or factor that affect the society. If we say poverty, based on the saying in Oxford Dictionary, poverty is a state of being poor.
Yes.
That's what Oxford Dictionary defines the term poverty. Yes. And in other words, based on the saying of UN, that is United Nations Organizations, or can be defined as the conditions of severe deprivations of shelter, food, clothing, and what have you. Yes. So, based on my understanding to this definition, is like a person that is on extreme poverty will not have access to good food.
Of course.
And if the food is not good, definitely you are in extreme poverty, and there is possibility of getting illness. And based on school, unemployment and low income create environment where children are unable to go to school. And if the children are not go to school, definitely the society will not function well. And due to the poverty is what made them to remain at home. And based on food, people nowadays, they are not eating 3 times in a day. And in fact, there are some people that are even spending $1 or that are spending less than $1 in a day.
That's why they say in Nigeria people are living under the percentage of $2.
Even less than $1 to get even more than 700 in a day.
It's an approximation.
Yes, it's hard for them to get. And a person that is in extreme poverty can even create a fight 3 times in a day.
Of course.
Because yes, he thinks that life is not stable well to him. And you know, a hungry man is always an angry man.
Of course.
Thus, I used to remember this saying by one of our lecturer from the Cascano. That's what he used to tell us, that a hungry man is an angry man. And I believe 100% with him.
True.
Yes. So this poverty that you see, if you are under poverty, definitely your life will always miserable. That's miserable. That means you are always ready to fight one another. And then there are various sayings and analysis according to Nigerians, or according to, based on investigation made by the analysts, saying that Nigeria, we know we are the most populous country in the Africa. And in fact, even in the whole world, we play a vital role.
Yes.
But still, as we are the most populous, but we are experiencing this kind of what we call poverty. In the same that analysts investigate that, based on the recent investigation in 2016, they were investigated that 112 million Nigerians out of 186 were said to be under extreme poverty. If we say extreme, that means they are in the high level of poverty.
High rate of poverty.
Yes. And then in 2022, there were investigation that the number of people that are in poverty are very high. And poverty is the main factor that provides social tensions, and in part, it will create unfavorable conditions to the citizen.
Of course. So, here, do you think Nigerian poverty can be solved as how social problems can be created by the society and can be solved by that society? Could the poverty of Nigeria be solved?
But you know, for we to talk about the solutions to the problem of poverty, we must to talk a little bit on the factors.
Okay.
There are some factors that provide or that cause poverty in the society. They are what? Unemployment.
Yes.
You know, if you have working to do, that means you are out of problems and other issues. Like, let's assume, once you wake up in the morning, you take a bath, and then your thinking is, where can I go to do?
Yes.
That is best. That is your thinking.
The person who is unemployed does not know where he is heading in the morning.
Yes, in fact, that's why in the society we will come to have a certain group or certain organization where people are there to smoke, where people are there to buy themselves, or divide each other. This is a problems that never be solved except when government take a part into this unemployment. When government create job opportunity to the citizens and provide various organizations that will help the society. And in part, not only the government, people always used to talk about government should. So sometimes people that we have like our neighbors and people that are elders in the society supposed to help
and employ
employ others, in the same that if you are somebody in so market, let's just help and take so son to so market. That might reduce unemployment rate
in the society.
Yes, and in terms of another factor that always affect the society is this corruption that you see. In an organization is expected to have working to work perfectly.
Organization.
Yes, but an organization, that's what we call bureaucracy, to have systematic way of governing that organization.
Listeners, we are going for a short break. When we come back, we will carry on from where we stopped. Listeners, welcome back. We are now back from the short break that we take. We will continue with the social factors affecting the social problems. Carry on, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
My friend. It's like this social problem, as I said it, for we to understand solutions to this poverty, we need to look at the factors that cause poverty. Factors that cause poverty, the main factors is unemployment.
Yes.
Unemployment is the main factors that cause poverty in our society. Let's have a look into the family. You will see that in a one family, the father himself doesn't have work to do. And from there, he gave birth to various childs. That means he might have 10 children and others. And the person might not even pay for school fees, eating food 3 times in a day. And from there, then his children is now growing. And a person that does not have school, who does not go into school, how will him get job?
No way.
So this unemployment is the factors that gives problem to, or that generate, or that facilitate poverty. And as I said it, we should have a look into the house still. You know, there is lack of shelter.
Yes.
Like even the house or the environment that a person going to live on is not well stable, and there is nothing like going to school. There is nothing like having future at all.
No future.
And you will surprise that a children of 6 years is now going to cheap labor. He is expected to be in the school where he or she will what? Will learn.
That's why nowadays you will see 5 to 6 their children are going by the road picking pure water leather.
That's how
they are
it
going
is.
to sell.
You get the real
something.
picture of
Yes.
what I am saying as far as the point is concerned.
Yes.
And not only that, that's why we even have underage people smoking, confiscating
Yes.
things from the owners, and then in fact the way that people now stolen funds. You see, all this is caused by unemployment. In any society that doesn't have or that have high rate of unemployment, terrorism will be what? Promoted.
Yes.
And likewise, there will be extreme poverty on that society. Take example as Arab Spring. There was terrorism on Arab due to unemployment and poverty. Likewise, here in Nigeria, we have this poverty due to what? Unemployment. Because youth now doesn't have something to do.
So when we take it as an instance, unemployment increases the highs of irrespective in the society.
That's how it is. You know, assuming people have something to do by now, they will never fight. And then
if people have qualitative education or educate, let's say literacy at large, or that adult education is under the literacy, so they will not be fighting. They will know the responsibility of their self, how to respect and be respected back.
Don't forget, the person that is fighting for what am I going to eat in the morning, afternoon, and night, how will him get the money for school fees? How will that person be literate? All the potentiality that the boy has never see by the society, because the chance of showing the talent to that person is no be given to that boy. So that's why we are free for this government to provide or to facilitate job opportunity to citizens, because all the nations that develop, they are what? They have low rates of unemployment. And in fact, even if you are a student, there are some countries that they can even give you work to do after school. But look at our society. Even the money for school fees can never be paid by your father. And in fact, sometimes even your relative cannot be helped.
They are not helping.
They are thinking that that son, if he becomes somebody, will not be after those people, which is wrong. And if you are not helping the son to your neighbor, one day, one time, that son that become rascal will influence that of your child.
Of course.
That's why a society supposed to be functioning well, and the people have to observe that a son to somebody is your son. Based on my understanding.
It is generally perceived as, especially we the houses, a son of your neighbor must be your son. If not, he will come and influence the one you born and take him to the wrong direction.
Let's have a look into the life of our ancestors.
Yes.
Before, if you happen to do something, your neighbor can fight even before present of yourself, or even before your present. Due to the fact that there is high level of help among yourself, there is what? There is cooperation, unity, and what have you among the people. But nowadays, If you have, you have. If you doesn't have, you doesn't have.
So
this Western life,
that health you mentioned, I used to remember in our society, when you are taking your child for a circumcision, that's what we call katia.
yes.
So it's easily a person can take the children of his neighbors and merge them together to take them.
That's why I have been saying that society can function well if we have the unity. And you remind me something in the same that when we were small or when we were a child, wallahi, even me and my friends, our mother were bath us together and do many things together to us. And I will never forget this thing. And I used to proud with that.
Let me remind you of something. Even today, when you reach the houses in this house's land, unlike the house that was stricken by the poverty, the food they are cooking it high. Not because of the only children that remain in the house. You will be expecting the guests. Yes, somebody may come from the neighbors.
Exactly.
Searching for food.
Exactly. But now that this you will come to say, you did not inform us that you are going to come. So I get you. So likewise, the corruption that we have. I always used to tell myself that a single naira to somebody will not be something to you. Not because people thinking that owning something to be better than somebody is where people are going to give you respect. No, what I know is respecting yourself is like respect what you have and maintain it. Do not think about somebody's ownership. And people nowadays, corruption is now becoming heredity to Nigerians people.
Yes.
It's like they are inherent corruptions. A person now is thinking on how is he going to get what? To get seat from the government and stole something. He will have proud that if I happen to be on so position, I will give surprise. That surprise is corruption. Of course, to stall something.
They are saying I will be adding zeros.
Yes. This is problem.
Of course.
And thanks to the Almighty, in terms of defining wealth, based on the saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, those that have high level of contentment are those that are what? Enough, are rich enough. He does not mention that those that own so buildings and so buildings and so amount of money was the person that had contentment. Yes, Masuadatas, which are those people that always stands with what they have. And don't forget, I used to remember the saying of this man late Ramasan and Kanu. Basically, yes. Upon that person and our leaders, yes, our father, yes, I have forgotten, that's why I even say talk like that. Our father, he used to say that whatever you have, if you have 100 buildings, you are going to be sleeping in one house,
of course.
And if you have 1,000 clothes, you are going to use one. And finally, at the end, you will end it getting into what? Into your final destinations. And where you are going to go with no single call.
By the time you quote him, I remembered some of his words that he told one of his servants again. There was a time he is giving one story that they went for a shopping to a mall. And one of the servants is asking the boy, where are you from? Then Sardauna had him. Why are you asking him why he is wrong? He is my son. You see, that's why we said in the society we have to take all the children as ours.
That is the solution too. And then parents should teach their children to be honest. You know, any discipline or behavior start from home.
Of course.
Then after home, then other places. No matter the conditions you find yourself, learn how to be true person, to be honest. Because it is only that honest that takes you to the high level where you are not expected to go. But if you happen to be corrupt, wallahi, you will never last long. And finally, you will have cheat yourself and cheat your family as well. And all what you have did has been written
in the long Bible.
That's what I mean. So that's why we encourage people to be what? To be honest. And then if you are not corrupt, look at what our Nigerians are doing. You may find somebody has the offer. Instead of giving to others, you will have used that offer and get salary without the workers. Did you get my point?
I get it.
Yes.
It happens on the recent this subsidy removal done by Mr. President. So that subsidy, it was being benefited by some little people in this country.
So you see,
they are getting it with the name of the people of the country are benefiting from it, while they are benefiting on it only.
So that's,
we are more than 200 million people in Nigeria, I think.
Eskia for now, I doesn't have the
we are more than that, 200 million. But look at how we are living.
So for the solution to this corruption, people, I will never tell them to so things. The one word that I'm going to say is fear God. Do not think that somebody's ownership will be something to, even if you use it, even if you own it, you own nothing and it will be nothing to you.
Yes,
what you have is what you have. Think that Allah is there to make you what you will be.
Yes.
That's what I know concerning this corruption. Learn how to be, how to pay God. If you pay God, that is solution to all this. Concerning government should invigilate. That means have people that are going to invigilate. That means to check the activities of their civil servant. That's how it is. Because you know, sometimes we have what we call mechanism of social control. You know, some are not paying good, but they are paying punishment.
Yes.
And other things. So among that mechanism, there is what? There is some might even apply to appeal before court.
Yes.
Yes. And then if there is constant checking the activities of others, there will be at least reducing of all these things. That is concerning corruption.
But it is the problem of the poverty. Some may be afraid of appearing before the court. So before they are taken there, they may do something in order to be hidden for appearing.
Yes, that's how it is. And then in terms of electing leader, you know, our problem of our Africans is that they are not using the record. You know, for we to elect somebody, we are to go back to his record.
His own history.
Yes, history.
Yes.
You know, you remind me that history is talking about past event in order to analyze the present and predict the future.
Yes, yes.
So you know, based on the definitions of history,
Yes.
that's mean if we go back to his history, that's where we are going to realize that person, was he fearing God?
Yes.
Was he active to his society? What is he did to his society? You know, that will help to have a good leader.
Yes.
Yes. So the next thing is insecurity. Insecurity. You know, this insecurity. Yes. You know, in a society where there is insecurity, people or foreigners will not be invest.
They will not.
And that will affect the progress or the development of a society.
Of course.
And that's why we motivate our government to provide security for us. You know, people always are underpaid. Yes.
They are living under the hand-to-mouth living. So now, how can a person go to Borno and don't forget and Katsina to invest?
How can that be? Go and invest. And then the one thing that you need to remember is that if there is insecurity, there must to be a high number of unemployment. And the high numbers of poor people in the society. Due to the fact that security is what makes people to live under favorable conditions, in the sense that you can sleep with no problem, and you can travel with no problem, and you can even think rationally.
Yes, that's living in peace.
Yes, living in peace. That's why that's what the definition of this, they are saying peace is a condition where there is no war. There is no war. That's when people are people are in. Yes, that's how it is.
Of course.
So I think the effect to this social problem, more specifically on poverty, is if there is this poverty, there will be terrorism, as I have said it. And then that terrorism will make our social institution to be weak. And if there is weak social institutions, the state in general will be what? Will be poor. And in the same that there will be what? There will be social dilemmas and problems. So that's why we always pray to the Almighty to build and give from grace to our nation or country, if we like.
Yes.
Thanks to the Almighty. Now we are hoping for our current leaders to do so to us.
Our newly elected.
Yes.
May Allah hold your hands.
Yes, may Allah help him to tackle all the activities or all the problems that we have. So based on my understanding on this poverty, you know, in terms of,
for instance, take good water supply in this country. Do we have it?
Good water supply.
Good water supply, drinking water, the water we will use to live our life.
So a person that is bottling with his stomach, with his stomach, how would he get a genuine water? That's why we have what we call high number of diseases. There is no good water.
That is.
And you know, the government, if government provides security, good water, electricity, and good health facility, I think citizens will never raise his voice.
And in this juncture, I need to thank Almighty Allah and our new governor.
New elected Abba
Gida.
Exactly.
He went to Salawa. He went there. He find that we have 6 engines that flow water into the town. And they said only 2 engines are working. The 4th are what? Are damaged. He said, I promised to bring these 4. In that place, I thank
and you know, things that people used to forget is that radical leader is the solution to all these problems. If we say radical leader, a leader that can fight for his citizen, a leader that can even
that's why people
look after him.
That's why people love Concourse.
Radical leader. If you are radical, you will never allow people to be corrupt, and you know the issue of justice will be promoted. That's why we are praying to have radical leaders, in the sense that a leader that cannot just watch what his followers is doing
and say Allah is
this is not a
no. We need the radical one.
Yes, the radical one is always needed in the society.
So can we stop here?
We need to stop. What to do that.
So listeners out, this is the end of the discussion on social problem, our subcategory, which is poverty. Today we discuss poverty, and expect our next appearance in this program. Thank you all. Bye bye for now.
You are welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.